First of all, let's not address my hair today. I try to iron it. Yeah, that's what you do. I try to straighten it. That's what you do with hair. Hi guys and welcome to today's video. Today you get to get inside my brain. Well, not actually climb inside my brain, but get to know me by having a look at the weirdest things that my brain can come up with. I'm talking about these like random 2 to 3 a.m. thoughts that keeps you awake for the entire night because you just have to answer the questions. And it's not a question like the one that you can Google in your like the weird part of your history. Everyone has that, right? Your 2 to 3 a.m. Google history is always like, how do whales reproduce? Don't lie, we've all Googled that. So anyway, questions time. I wrote down some of the weirdest ones or the most interesting ones. So the first question that I think really represents a person is, what would be your last meal if you were sentenced to death? I mean, we don't have death penalty in France, so it can't be a scenario that happens. And even if we did have death penalty, I don't think I would do anything to get sentenced to death. But let's just say that I did something or they misjudged me and they decided to sentence me to death in a country where that's legal. And I have to pick a last meal. So I was trying to come up with the best combination possible, the food that will make me the happiest person I could be before death. And it is the last thing you're gonna eat, then you're gonna be dead. So you don't care if it's healthy or if it's too much or if blah blah blah, you just have to enjoy it because then you're gonna be dead. I would have a pizza au ravioli, which is a thing that I've never seen outside of France, and even in France I've never seen outside of my own region. Because basically it's a white pizza, so no tomato sauce, because I don't like the taste of hot tomatoes. So white based pizza with like sour cream instead of tomato sauce is the best type of pizza to me. And then on top of that you have ravioli, which are small square pasta that are not ravioli. Very important, they are not ravioli. It's very soft, like squishy pasta. It cooks in no time at all. And basically inside there's cheese and loads of herbs like parsley, oregano. I don't even know what's in there. No one really knows what's in there, I think. But it's a cheesy herby mixture with more herbs than cheese. So it's really green inside. And then you put the pasta on top of your pizza, put some oregano on top of that, put some more cheese on top of that, and it's just the best pizza. I love that pizza. So I would have that. I would have half of it like straight out of the oven because it's so warm and gooey melted cheese is the best thing. And the other half straight out of the fridge because I am one of those people who likes cold pizza. So that'd be just like the perfect meal. Next to that I'd have 3 toasts, one with melted butter, one with peanut butter and one with Nutella. I'll have a big bowl of raspberry because raspberries are just the best fruit ever. I'd have a Kinder Maxi, which is a chocolate bar, like very plain milk chocolate bar that tastes like heaven and childhood memories, and it's just the best chocolate bar. And then as much of Cantal cheese. Cantal is a type of cheese that is my favorite cheese, and you don't find it anywhere else than in France. And I'll have as much of that as I can eat. It sounds like these foods don't even go together, like who would get bread next to a pizza? I don't do garlic bread and pizza, so toast and pizza are a really weird combination for me. But it's your last meal, you're gonna be dead, so embrace all the carbs and all the fat and everything. You would not believe how long it took me to come up with that meal, because I thought about mac and cheese, but I don't like it that much. Like, I like mac and cheese, but not as much as I like pizza. Ravioli pizza, that's good. Just kill me with cheese and chocolate, that sounds good. Another question that kept me awake quite a lot is, what would I end up doing if I made all of the opposites decision in my day? So I just literally lay in my bed thinking about everything that I did that day and trying to reverse it. Do you ever do that? Like, is it just me or is it a common question? I think I've got problems. And then it's like a day in the life of my exact opposite in my brain, and it's really weird to think about because you're trying to come up with opposites of things that don't really have an opposite. Like, I woke up at 7 a.m. and went to feed my dog. What is the opposite of that? Not wake up at 7 a.m, but then when do you wake up? So I guess it's like I'd wake up a bit later and not feed my dog, and then I won't cook my porridge, which is just overnight oats, which is gross. I don't like overnight oats that much. It's not really an interesting thing to answer if you were productive that day. Like, if you did all the things that you wanted to do, it's all gonna come up with I wouldn't do that, I wouldn't do that, and I wouldn't cook, and I wouldn't work out, and I wouldn't go to work, and blah blah blah. I'd just basically be a couch potato for the day. But if you did things, if you didn't do things that you were supposed to do, like me yesterday, I was supposed to apply for, like, I saw 2 or 3 jobs that were really interesting, and instead of applying and potentially getting an interview for that job, those jobs, I just opened the windows and saved them for later, which is intense procrastination when you do need a job, like me. But I have this very big fear of failure, so some days I'll just have the most positive spirit and apply like literally to 10 to 15 jobs in a row. And then other days, like yesterday, I'll just be, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. If you have one of those days where you procrastinate a lot, trying to think about reversing all of your actions is actually quite motivating, because you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that today. So after this video, I'm definitely going to apply for those 3 jobs that I have open on my laptop. Another question that my brain asked me at like 3 a.m. one day, because I woke up and I was like, I don't have a job. What if I had to create my own business? Like, what could be a good idea? And interestingly enough, apart from one, all of the ideas I came up with that night were not related to environmental science and natural resources management and stuff like that. I thought about having a holiday center resort thing very far away in the mountain and just having loads of dogs, horses, prey birds, because I love prey birds, and basically loads of animals, and be kind of like a retreat thing where you're like, hey, come with us for like a week and forget about your city life and resource and embrace the wilderness around you. I thought about opening my own restaurants, I thought about opening my own bakery, I thought about getting into filming and like filmmaking industry. I thought about renovating an old church and turning it into a shelter for kids, like orphans, and teaching them English, French, math, like basic life skills, reading and stuff like that. I thought about doing the same for animals, like abandoned animals, obviously not teaching them English and writing and stuff, but just like offering them a shelter. So loads of ideas related to cooking or animals or film, or basically nothing to do with environment. I think my brain just wants me to be a cook or a teacher. I'm gonna end this video on my brain's favorite 3 a.m. questions, and if you are triggered by death and stuff like that, stop watching the video, because my brain's favorite question is, what would I do if I was going to die in 24 hours? Now, I am terrified of death. Well, not really, I'm not terrified of death. I'm terrified of not existing and not knowing what's going to happen to the planet and not seeing what's happening next. And basically, I'm terrified of not existing and becoming nothing. Not feeling anything, not seeing anything, not... Yeah, that's death, basically. But I suppose if I was sure that after you die, you are somewhere where you can still see the world happening, like a big movie of what's going on Earth, I would be fine with the idea of dying. But the idea of just you stop existing and nothing's happening is super terrifying, and is the trigger of many nights of not sleeping and thinking about death. So if I knew that I was going to die in 24 hours, I think I would spend a solid 2 to 3 hours just freaking out. Because it's not like what would you do if the world was ending in 24 hours? In that case, you know that the world is ending and that's it. So then you don't have to wonder about what's going to happen after you die, because the earth just explodes or whatever. And then I could have a type of answer such as do crazy stuff and whatever, because the world is going to end. But in that case, it's just me dying. So life goes on for everyone else. So I think I would do the classic, like, call people I love and tell them I love them and blah blah blah, spend time with my family. But then I came up with like few specific stuff that I would like to do. First of all, I would make sure that I found a place for my dog where he is going to be taken care of and he's going to be loved and he's not going to end up like in the street because I died. My voice cracked a little bit. Then I'd probably give my brother all of my social media's passwords so that he can go and delete everything if needed, like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and YouTube. Actually, no, let's scratch that. I would give him my YouTube password because I wouldn't want to delete everything before I die, but I would want someone to have the ability to do that if something needed to be removed without having to contact YouTube and everything. So I'd give him my YouTube password, but I would delete my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because I have a friend who died when I was around 15 or 16, and I still have him. I don't have him in my friends on Facebook, but he is still on Facebook. And I felt bad unfriending him because, you know, bless him, he died. But I found really weird to just have like every now and then. Obviously he's not posting, so he's not like popping up in the timeline, but sometimes you see like friends and you have him in the mutual friends. It's like you have 3 mutual friends and then you have the bubbles and one of them is him. I just found it really weird, so I wouldn't want people to still have me in their Facebook or Twitter or anything if I'm dead. So I would delete everything, all of my profiles. Not YouTube though, because I feel like I have so much, like, especially the vlogs, so much memories and like fun times, happy times on YouTube on my channel. I'll go shoot some arrows, because if I'm going to die, who cares about my wrist, right? So shoot some arrows, then go skiing if it's winter. And then if my 24 hours are a set time, by 23 hours and a half, I would make sure that I hike up a mountain. I don't know which one, but whatever. I would hike up a mountain and make sure that I die there. It's gonna make it harder for like my parents and family and stuff to bring my body back down, but I would love to die up a mountain. I mean, if nothing else, it makes the way down to hell a bit longer. Next week though. Next week is a very positive video. I'm really excited for that, so look out for next week's video if you didn't enjoy that one. That's completely fine. I can't make amazing positive videos every week. I mean, have I ever made amazing videos? Probably not. Anyway, that's it for this week, guys. You can click here to subscribe to my channel so that you get notification every time I upload, so that you don't miss videos like this where I'm really depressing. I talked about food, which was good. Pizza is good. Take home message, pizza is good. Go click here to go watch last week's video, and I'll see you next Sunday with a great positive video. Bye bye!